Okay guys, this is Classical Conversations History Timeline Week 23. It's our last one. Yay! Okay, the first card is Age of Information and Globalization, circa 1970 to the present. For Age of Information, we're going to do like we're typing on an imaginary computer. So that's Age of Information. And for Globalization, we're going to make the shape of the world with our hands spread out wide and reaching across to show how everything has become global. So Age of Information and Globalization, circa 1970. If you choose to do the numbers, the sign for 19 is rubbing your first finger against your thumb. That's 19. A 7 is your ring finger touching your thumb, and a 0 looks just like a 0. So you can say circa 1970 to the present, or if you have little ones and they want to do numbers but not all the numbers, you can just say circa 1970 and just say 19. Circa 1970 to the present. The present means now. This is two-letter Y's, and a Y looks like a Y. You have two-letter Y's. They're facing you, and they rest right in front of you. This is right now. So, Age of Information and Globalization, circa 1970 to the present. Watergate, President Nixon resigns. For Watergate, they're doing the sign for spy. You have like a wall or a building or something blocking your view, and your two eyes are looking around it. That's a sign for spy. So, Watergate, and in the document, that's all that they suggest that we sign, but it says Watergate, President Nixon resigns, and since it's a long drawn-out thing, I figure we could probably do Watergate, President Nixon resigns. This is the sign for somebody quitting or resigning. You have two fingers that are smushed together. You put them into your left hand, and your left hand holds them, and you just pull them out. And that's a sign for quit or resign. So I think we have plenty enough time in the song to do that. So I was going to sign Watergate, President Nixon resigns, like that. The next one is Fall of Communism in Eastern Europe. I'm sorry if the video camera is wiggling. My kitty cat is rubbing himself all over the poles. Oh! And hissing at Miss Lori. Sorry, Miss Lori. That was entertaining. Okay, what are we doing? Fall of Communism in Eastern Europe. For fall, we're just going to have two hands, and they're going to drop down. We've done that for like creation in the fall. Yeah. Okay, fall. Anyway. Communism, we're going to do this again. It's just a crooked arm with a fist. Fall of Communism in Eastern Europe. The sign for Europe is the letter E. That's all of your fingertips are resting on top of your thumb, which is across your hand. Lori told me it's like your fingers are trying to eat your thumb. So you use the letter E and you circle it by your temple. That's Europe. So it's Fall of Communism in Eastern Europe. The next part is the European Union formed. Once again, we're going to sign European Union, and that is your thumb and your middle finger connect together in a chain. You can also use your first finger with your thumb. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. The apartheid is the Afrikaans word that means apartness, or being apart. So we're going to use the sign for apart. You're going to make two-letter A's, which is just fists with your thumb going up the side. You're going to turn them down and then facing each other so that your knuckles and your thumbs touch. This would be very much together. And when you want to show it being apart, you just pull it apart. So this is a sign for apart. So apart and then abolish. You have two 5 hands. Your left hand faces up, your right hand faces down, and they're crossed in front of you at chest height, waist height, whatever. And as they come across each other, you crumble it up. It's like crumbling up a piece of paper and destroying it. So it says, apartheid abolished in South Africa. And then it says 2000 AD, 2000 AD. I choose to sign the 2 and the 1000. We've done that before. The number 2 is just two fingers standing up. The 1000 is a letter M, like you have 3 humps in a cursive letter M. You're going to point your M downward, and you're going to tap it in the middle of your hand. This signifies the 3 zeros in 1000. 2000 AD, 2000 AD. September 11th, 2001. Instead of doing any real signs, we're just going to show September 11th, 2001. I'm sure everybody can figure that out. And then the last part is Rising Tide of Freedom. And for freedom, we've done this sign before too. It's 2 letter S's, which is a fist with your thumb going across them. They face you and they're crossed. And when they come uncrossed, you twist your hands so that your S's are facing outward. So it says rising tide of freedom, but they sing it twice. So to make it nice in the song, we'll say rising tide of freedom, and since it's rising, we'll sign the second one higher. Rising tide of freedom. And then at the end, we have some more little singing that's not on here. So if you choose to do that, the last couple lines say timeline, which we signed at the beginning. It's a letter T, which is your first finger. Sorry, it's your thumb tucked under your first finger, and it faces your hand. Your hand is acting like a clock, and it circles around it showing all the hours in the clock. This is the sign for time or age or any kind of thing with trying to show a long period of time. Okay, so time line, you have 2 pinky fingers that touch each other and draw a line in front of you. So timeline, timeline, says I'm part of my timeline. And to show that you are including yourself in your timeline, you just take all of your fingers, and you put them inside your left hand. So you take a 5 hand and you put them inside your left hand. That's showing that you are included, you are part of whatever you're talking about. So timeline, timeline, I'm part of my timeline, timeline, this is my timeline. And we're going to make this sign, this is one of the words for this is cumulative. This is saying that everything that we've talked about for this whole entire song is all coming together to this. So all of this stuff that we've talked about is my timeline. It's been wonderful working with you guys this year. I will see you later. Bye!